Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about proof of concept, how to make the short proof of concept for your feature-length project or for your TV project and impress producers and investors and prove them that your idea is worthy of making. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I bet you're an amazing filmmaker looking to learn and grow together. Start right now by clicking on subscribe, turning on those notifications so you don't miss anything. First things first, let's talk about what a proof of concept is. Proof of concept is the short version of our feature films or TV series. Ideally, it is 5 to 8 pages of a short script, and it has the idea and the story of your feature-length script or the TV series packed into this shorter proof of concept script. This 5 to 8 pages of a script or 5 to 8 minutes of a short proof of concept film is going to determine whether people are going to be interested in the longer version or not. So the goal of your proof of concept is to prove your idea worthy. Now, why do you need proof of concept? Okay, Sada, got it. Proof of concept is a shorter version of my project, but why do I need it? Can't I just go in a room and pitch my feature-length script or email people and see if anyone reads my script? The answer is yes. You can pitch your idea here and there. You can send email or send your scripts to these people, but they don't know you. And hundreds of new filmmakers like you are contacting these people each week, and they don't really care if you're not already somewhat established. So I'm gonna say this, whatever you are, director, filmmaker, screenwriter, producer, you need to know what a proof of concept is, how to write one and how to make one so that you can get started. It's very hard for us new filmmakers or even somewhat established filmmakers to make our own feature films or TV shows because money and resources. So we need producers and investors to see our work and decide to make it. Or we can decide to become indie filmmakers, but even then you need the proof of concept to show the audience what you're capable of so that you can do your own fundraiser campaign and try to raise money from your audience for the longer project. So whatever you're doing as a filmmaker or whatever your goal is, you have to know about proof of concept. Imagine you're a writer, director, or just a writer and your friend is the same. You both have a 120 pages long future script. You're chasing managers, agents, and producers, and you're pitching your idea around. If they like it, they'll ask for the script. Sorry for being harsh, but usually it's hard for these people to take 2 hours out of their day just to read a newbie's script. But if you have a proof of concept film and you attach it next to the script, they might actually take that 5 minutes of their time to watch your proof of concept. And if your proof of concept impresses them, then they can click on the script and really take 2 hours to read your future script. Proof of concepts are always good, even if you're just starting out or if you're a bit established, they will help you a lot. You can make an interesting proof of concept and prove your idea worthy. And I'm gonna help you. Now let's talk about how to write your proof of concept script in a way that it proves your idea and you as a writer. It's really tricky to write the short version of your longer script. You might be asking, which 5 to 6 pages can I take out of my script to make this proof of concept? But that's not the right question to begin with. Write these questions down. What is my idea? Why is it interesting? And why does it have to be made right now? Answer these questions first and then start thinking about what is the most interesting part of your screenplay. And remember, your proof of concept is not just a scene or just a sequence from your screenplay. Some people do that, but in my experience, that usually doesn't work. You have to think of your proof of concept as a contained short project of its own. When people watch it, they should understand that it has a potential to be a longer project, but they shouldn't be forced to think that way. You know what I mean? And you shouldn't confuse the audience in any way or leave them surprised or wondering what just happened. Unless your movie is like a mind game movie and it's supposed to make them feel that way. But not all projects need this. In proof of concepts films, I always see people like surprising the audience in the end, out of nowhere, in a short comedy film that has potential to be a feature comedy film. If your film is comedy and there are no mind games, then you don't have to add mind games in your proof of concept. So comedy, rom-com, drama, whatever it is, these genres, they don't have to confuse the audience. Your goal is to make the audience interested in the first 20 seconds of the proof of concept film and keep them interested for 5 to 8 minutes. I personally think that 7 to 8 minutes is long for a proof of concept, but that's my personal opinion. I like to keep my proof of concepts 5 to 6 minutes, so that way I know that people can watch it, they will have time to watch it, and they won't click out. So my personal suggestion is to keep the proof of concept to 5 to 6 minutes and have the audience glued to their screen, no matter what your genre is. Speaking of genre, make sure you're keeping the tone true to your genre in your proof of concept. The industry is looking for different ideas and concepts and some genre mashups, but they're not really looking for very different things that don't make sense. Your genre is very important because that determines your target producer, investor, manager, or agent. I don't know if you guys heard about this before, but yes, every filmmaker kind of stick to one or two genre. When you're big enough, you can jump from genre to genre, but when you're first starting out, stick to some genres that really represent you as a filmmaker. For example, I market myself as a sci-fi and fantasy writer for now, because those are the two genres that I love watching and writing about. But I also write comedy, I also write dramedy, I write many other genres, but for starters, I am a sci-fi and fantasy writer, just to get me started. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Now back to how to write your proof of concept. Here are my 3 secrets that I'm gonna share with you today. 1, be true to your genre. So as we talked about this, no confusion, no weird surprises or thrillers unless that's your genre. 2, grab their attention. So I'm gonna say this. You don't need any introductions to the characters or locations in your short proof of concept. I really mean this. You don't have to start slowly and build up to something because you don't have time for it in your proof of concept. So my trick is to throw the audience in the middle of a very interesting scene. For example, if it's a rom-com movie that you're writing the proof of concept for, then throw us in the middle of a fight scene between the couple. So in proof of concept, anything in the beginning that is going to grab the audience's attention is very, very important. Personally, when I think about a proof of concept shoot that I'm going to go to or a proof of concept film that I'm about to watch, I keep thinking, it's boring. Why do I think that? It's because of what people have been making as proof of concepts. Very little of proof of concepts get attention. Why? Because there's a lot of them out there and they start slowly, introduction, building up to something, yada yada yada. You don't have time for that. You have to impress people and you have to impress them right now. 3, be true to your story, but definitely make sure that the proof of concept you're writing represents your story and concept. But it doesn't have to represent it accurately. Pay attention, this is important. I made a lot of mistakes with my proof of concepts, but the biggest mistake was to try to be very accurate and stick to my feature film without changing anything. I met with Chandra Thomas, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, but she was amazing. I met her thanks to Get It Made X. Chandra Thomas, she's an actress, writer known for Mom, Law & Order, Special Victims Unit, and many more. I will link the video below for you guys if you want to check it out later, because she has some amazing suggestions for writing proof of concept films. But basically, she read my proof of concept for a sci-fi feature film that I wrote, and she had some amazing notes for me. She was the one who actually made me realize that I had to separate my thoughts from the feature film and look at the proof of concept as its own little project. Now I understand that that is the ultimate secret for writing proof of concepts. Be accurate a little bit, sure, but at some point after first or second draft, try to think of your project as a short film on its own. Your feature film has a lot of complicated concepts, I'm sure, but in the short film, you don't have to explain everything to us. For example, me writing my sci-fi short proof of concept, I can't really explain everything that's going on in the feature film in this 5-minute proof of concept. I have to take maybe one concept or one sci-fi element from the feature film and make it interesting in the short proof of concept. So you have to make sure that proof of concept is making sense on its own as a short film. And don't leave any weird open ends that are not needed. I have number 4 as a bonus: keep the budget low. So one location, 1 to 2 actors. You don't want anything crazy because you don't have that much budget for a proof of concept, unless a producer or an investor is attached. This is it for proof of concept, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and comment right now. Let me know what else you guys think is necessary to prove our idea worthy using proof of concept films. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.